Hello, everyone. I don't think there is any introduction necessary. However, I will introduce again Elena, Danaan. And some people have problem when I say Elena. So I just consulted this with Elena and she said that's fine because she likes how it sounds. So I call Elena. That's how I call her, and that's absolutely fine. Now, those of you who don't know, this is actually our conversation number 11 because I keep on counting. Good number as well, 11, very divine. And today, what I would like to bring in our chat are several topics. But first of all, I want to welcome Elena back and thank her for whatever she was doing to my low energy last time, because it was big part of her also helping me to heal, and I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you, Anya. Well, first I want to thank you myself for what you are doing, and thank you for, probably on behalf of your guides and protector, for following your heart and doing what you feel is right for you. And I am so happy that everyone can see with the decoration behind you that you're back home. And
Yes,
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And look at you, the haircut, the glowing light. We can see you are beaming and happy. I'm so proud of you. Yay.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are closer to each other now, that's for sure. And what I want to start with today, Elena, is this. The more I dive into this topic of Ukraine and Russia, the more things I'm discovering and finding out. So it's a very complex topic, but within this topic, what I would like to ask you if you can address, because there are a few things I would like you to tell us about the biochemical laboratories. I know that you know about those arcs. And also my specific question within this topic is this: is Putin part of the Earth Alliance? If you can answer, I know some questions you can't. I hope you can. And to what extent the Galactic Federation is helping in this conflict to be resolved in the best way?
Well, this is a very rich and sensitive as well topic. What's happening in Ukraine, what we are shown is only the tip of the iceberg. We have some clues, the bio weapon laboratories, and I'll be careful on your channel. I don't want to put you in trouble, but these things I just named, which are quite numerous in Ukraine, not only on Ukraine, but there was a protection there from a dark group, a very powerful group, which was a mafia group there in this area. Some can imagine the name of this group. They were protecting these laboratories, and this dark group is of course working with the cabal, but not as a part of it. They are kind of competitors and working, getting profit with them, enriching themselves with the big CTA group. But the laboratories belong to the CAB. And this other small group was protecting it and taking care that it all is protected. Well, Putin wanted, I suppose, to eradicate that for a while, and it was in plan, and it was in the agenda. And now that the extraterrestrial equation has been sorted by the Galactic Federation, now we are always told that it's now up to the people of Earth to treat the human problem. And so that's what has started happening. People just rising and, all the convoys and demonstrations. That's great. That will go on. And that's the start of the movement of sovereignty, taking back our planet. But also there's a deep work to do with something the normal people like you and I cannot really do, except complaining and I do not consent. There is this work to do with powerful people in the governments, and in this big CA group. So we cannot go and just, fight them. That needs to be done by people who have the same power than them. So Mr. P is one of them, and he works with the good side. Okay. He is one of them, one of the white hats. He works with the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and what can I say about this? That was part of the plan. So of course, the mainstream media is working for the Big C and devilizing him. And of course, because they're really pissed off because he's just setting things straight with the laboratories. And that doesn't please, everyone. And, Mr. P, he doesn't take shit. He's just go. It doesn't go like this. He never went like this. He always went like this. And he says what he thinks. And he does what it is needed. Whatever people think, he's doing what's needed. Now, there's been so much manipulation in the media, especially visuals, that has been all, unveiled. So we know now that the images we've got were not genuine, but that's another discussion. But yeah, it's part of it. There's not only laboratories there are ancient artifacts, which we call arcs.
What is that? What is that, Elena? Yes, what is that?
So it's ancient technology that goes back from probably hundreds of thousand years. It's extraterrestrial technology from different cultures, intergalactic cultures. Some are Anunnaki, some are Dark Fleet, some are Intergalactic Confederation. There are different technologies. But the ones who activate now are the ones who were made at the time by colonies of people from other galaxies, the Intergalactic Confederation, as we call them, who arrived last October 2021 via the Stargate behind Jupiter. And they are here now. And as they arrived, at the moment they just appeared in our star system, their energy is in correspondence, in attunement with the energies of the arcs, who are like, there are different shapes of vessels, and they are conscious. It's a sort of AI, if you want, artificial intelligence, but it goes farther than artificial. It's artificially created, but it's alive. And it's a technology we haven't yet grasped and encompassed, our mind doesn't really understand it. It's alive, and it woke up. It woke up at the moment these people arrived in our star system. These arcs contain archives of ancient technologies. This was left here on Earth. They are in a higher frequency, and this was left on Earth for one day humanity. When humanity would be ready, they would activate, and we would access this knowledge. There are hundreds of them. I don't know the exact number. I don't know the exact locations. I know few locations. Of course, I'm not allowed to know, even myself, because Thorhan knows me well. Everything he tells me, it is for me to pass on. if I must not pass on information, it doesn't tell me, and it's safer for me than I cannot be hacked. I can be, even if I was hacked by any miracle, I don't have this information, so no point, you know. So everything I tell, it's everything I'm told. So that's it. Yes.
So Elena, those arcs are they visible to the human eye? If are they like circulating in the air, or?
They're not circulating in the air yet. They will go up when we will have sort out our human problems with a big C group.
Okay.
Otherwise, this technology will not manifest in public because the bodies need to go. You know, this technology must not fall in the wrong hands. So for the moment, they are buried underground, underwater, many places, and they have awakened, they have activated, but only people who have the right DNA are able to extract the knowledge and to use it and decrypt it. And it's not everyone. And I need to say something because there's a lot of imaginary narratives going about these arcs. I need to remind everyone that the first person who brought to the consciousness of humanity, to the collective unconscious, this notion of arcs was JP, Dr. Michael Salah's military contact, who went for a mission. I think it was first on the moon, and to study these arcs. Well, at the same time, Thorhan told me informations about them that I gave. And then, you know, you can just try to imagine whatever you want. But I need to remember that JP, the military contact of Michael Salah, was the one who spoke about it first.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very interesting. This is very new to me. So
yes,
it's very fascinating, and I'm very interested how this will be unfolding with this. But going back to that situation there in Ukraine, is the Galactic Federation just observing this as humans are dealing with their stuff, or are they somehow participating in it?
they are participating. They are sending fleets to make sure that this doesn't go wild in violence. So there are ships that have been spotted. Yes, you can see in some videos that are going on in the internet now that some ships at the Federation, some scout ships are there. They are not inhabited ships. They are not, you know, that's how they do. They are like big drones, ships, scout ships,
Yes.
remotely. That if they're shot, it's fine. Doesn't matter. They are here to just make sure that things are not going badly, you know, and that the civilians are protected. The target of these attacks, well, it's only very precise, surgically chosen targets. Civilians are not targeted. That's something have been said. And anything you see on TV, it's manipulation. Okay, there's a lot of manipulation. We need now, I mean, for those who still believe blindly in what they see on TV, come on, you know, come on.
This is exactly what I say, because after 2 years of being fed with bullshit, maybe it's time. Why this is any different than the last 2 years of bullshit? So, Elena, my question, yeah, I mean, well, are you really there or you're not? So this is, you took me to the next topic, which is exactly about media. And I know with the influence, with the, what's the word to use? How much the Galactic Federation could really do in a split of a nanosecond to cut the connections and to break through the messages and all these stories that are based on lies and the CGI images and all of that, or clips cut from the movies from Hollywood with the U-Haul cars in the back, like how people are escaping from Kiev. I'm not saying there's no tragedy. There is tragedy. Yes, there are victims, but it's on a quite different scale, I believe. I'm not there, I cannot speak for it, but it's my inner voice, my gut is also trying to tell me what's the truth within this, what's the scale of it. So how much longer this evil creation of media will exist? How much longer this will go on?
As long as we will fall for it. Because as you say, the Galactic Federation and the Earth Alliance could just unplug it, okay? Why don't they do that? Because there is a greater perspective. And I got to see this greater perspective when I got to be in contact with the Nine. There is a greater perspective, which is the perspective of Source. What humanity of Earth is going through at the moment is an awakening, it's an empowerment, and they are taking back their sovereignty. They're awakening to who they are, and the mainstream media are part of it. These are the challenges in the way. It's an abusive relationship. I spoke about this many times. You need to see, and Thoran told me these words last year. People need to see the face of their enemy and who their allies are. The allies of the enemy and the allies of people. And as long as they will do that, the manipulation will be allowed to keep on going, you know, and until one day people themselves will switch off the TV. And that's what the Galactics want, that by our own free will, which is a greater law, own free will, we decide as sovereign beings to switch off the damn TV. And at this moment, if we all do that, you know, we take the power away from those manipulators and it will stop. And once there will be enough people who understand that, maybe someone will pull the plug.
But Elena, honestly, we don't need 100% of those people to
No.
come to the truth, because there's a certain number. If the views will drop, the station doesn't make to continue with that work anymore. So it's like a certain level, right? So
yes,
I just wonder what's this level, because I know there is more and more people who don't watch TV anymore, but there is still a big portion. So I think we are getting there. Ultimately, we are.
Yes, we are. And there's no numbers, because, you know, the number of people on Earth is fluctuating all the time. There's no special number. It's some call it the 100 monkey effect. It's just a small group will make, you know, butterfly effect and like snowball, and it's exponential, it's fractal development. So there's no number, just do it at your own level. That's what matters. Because if you are told there's a number, you can say, okay, 10%, I'm going to be part of the lazy ones who don't do it. Okay? Everyone must do it. It's only by understanding that we need all to do it that we'll reach this number like this.
So now I want to take you to a very different topic, but I felt compelled to ask you about it. So let's talk about time traveling. Alice, the computer Alice, and Looking Glass. So I want to go into Alice first, because I'm connecting the dots and I think I'm going the right direction, because Alice in Wonderland has a lot to do with computer Alice And the yellow brick road has a lot to do with the yellow box. And why I know about it, because I listen to someone who I deeply, deeply appreciate and admire. And if I want to know anything about the politics that is true and ahead of time, and other topics as well, I go to her. And people know I listen to Tori. And one day she said, they already lost. We've got the yellow box. So I promised myself next time I talk to Elena, I will ask if she knows about the yellow box. And what is that yellow box?
I don't know what is the yellow box. I don't know.
Okay. So Looking Glass and Alice, those two, are those gifts from the Galactic Federation?
No.
How much do you know about those two? What is this? Tell me. How much do you know about this time
The,
travel?
the Looking Glass devices, well, there is actually one that has been given to the White Hats, but quite recently. But there are a few other ones which have been given by the Orion Group, the Nebu, and this technology actually uses cubes. But that's funny that you mentioned yellow cube. They use it's cube technology. This has been given to the dark governments, you know, and they used it a lot. But recently, one has been given by the Federation to the White Hats, and this one doesn't use cube technology. It's a totally different technology that I have seen myself on board a ship. It's like a cylinder that acts like a mirror, and you can see through it. So,
oh, okay. Tell me more. This is fascinating, Elena. So it's a cylinder, and when you look through it, do you see inside images like a future, or you have to have an intention or question to see? How does it work?
It works like a Stargate. It's a portal. It's a time portal. So you need to dial a destination in time. So you set your intention, and your intention must, if you want to see, you need to, the person who watches in it, who looks into it, needs to set their intention on the precise date. And this precise date needs at the same time to be activated by, they have sorts of computers beside it. And you look into it, the portal is open towards this destination. If you're not focused on this date, you don't see anything, although it's activated. But if you focus on it, the intention, you can see. That's why not everyone can look into it. You need really to be focused, and, you know, so very trained people. That's what the device I saw. And inside, when it's not working, it's like a lava lamp, but with light. It's where bubbles of plasma moving like this, you know, slowly. And when it's activated, the plasma stops and just fills out the tube, and it's like pulses, and it's impressive.
I want to see this. This is my topic. I absolutely love this. It's incredible. It's just like, can you go back in time as well?
Yes.
Forward
yes,
or back?
Yes. Yes. Anytime. It's a time portal. Yes, it's a time gate. Say.
So does Galactic Federation uses this when they are planning something, or
Yes.
they do?
Yes, they do, and they do. That's how they plan their operations. They set up an operation, and they look in time if that's going to be successful or not. If not, they don't do it. You know, the Galactic Federation has these devices, but, you know, depending on the cultures, technologies are different. So there may be variations of this time gate. Some other ones can be different shapes, you know.
Elena, what's the name of this? Does it have a name, that cylinder?
It's called a time looking device. Time looking device.
Okay.
It's translated from the language. So I don't know.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. I'm so fascinated about this. I think it's incredible. Like, I would like to actually experience that. It's amazing. I know we don't need that device to connect, but still, right?
Yes.
Okay,
You can.
My question now is this. Was there any leader or still is, in the past or current, and it's not only United States, I'm talking any world leader that was the most cooperative with the Galactic Federation, on the same page for peace?
President Dwight Eisenhower, President Kennedy, Reagan, but I'm talking about American presidents, right? Donald Trump. Now in the other countries, I don't know. I know only about the American presidents who cooperated, but there were many others who cooperated. Putin cooperates. I don't know about the others.
Thank you. Thank you for saying the names. I appreciate so much. Let's talk about money. So in one of your last videos at the cottage, which I love that video, Elena in the cottage. Actually, I'm going to attach this video down below so everyone can click and see Elena in the cottage updating us with the situation. And I love it. It's like very natural. I love those videos. You were talking, I seriously, I do. You were talking about the financial system, and you were talking what I really want to understand more about the codes, the keys, and how this is unfolding. But before I will ask you about this, today I've heard in one of the interviews on the financial channel, because I listen to different type of information. This was strictly financial. So they said that in United States, Biden, I don't know if this is already approved, but they are proposing the bill. This has to do with the cryptocurrencies, but monitoring that, Bitcoin. But what was, of course, sneak into it, hidden, but in there, was the CBDC, the central banking digital currency, which is this what they were trying to achieve, the control of everyone with this digital money. And I would like to know, Elena, is there any chance that this will ever succeed in the future? Because this is the worst for humanity as far as money system.
Well, the worst for humanity as a monetary system will not happen, to what I know. What I know is there's a transition, a soft transition that is happening. And of course, the deep state tries to sneak their plan at the last minute to try to get us, because they know they're losing us. So we just need to be patient and not consent. The thing is that I don't believe this will see concretization. What I've been told, I'm not into monetary, I don't follow like you, as you said, you do, I don't. But I can just tell what I'm being told is that the new system will be based on the core unit will be precious metals, 2 precious metals. There will be gold, and the other one is not silver, it's silvery looking, but it's a different metal. And that's the core value, whatever, I don't know. And based on that, there will be a quantum financial system. That's what I've been, quantum. I don't know more than that. I don't know.
So those codes, though, I want to understand when you said that the dark side already like given, like they have an agreement now, right?
Yes.
Give away, what are those codes? You've mentioned something about codes, and there was something else, like they have the keys or the codes. So the dark side gave that information
to the Earth Alliance.
Galactic,
yes,
to the Earth Alliance. Okay, so how, if you can break it down in like simple terms, what this really means? So what are the keys? What are the, I mean, not the exact, but what does it mean? What it represents?
This, the financial system we were born into and that we have known until now is something that's been set up on many levels there is just the stupid banking level, but there's as well a black magic level, okay, that set up this system in a higher dimension of magic in the ether. And these things are really powerful and nobody can destroy it. It protects it, okay? This system is protected by black, dark magic. The codes as they've given is what links these dark spells to the monetary system. These, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's magical stuff, ritual stuff, and very dark stuff. And also it's mathematical codes about the finances. I don't know what it is. I know nothing about it. It's mathematical
So it's
codes
like,
and magical
sorry
codes, something like that.
Sorry to interrupt you. It's like energetic connection, yes?
Yes.
It's like
yes.
energetic.
Yes. There's you know, it's not only about money, it's about the control of the soul throughout money, the control of humanity, the enslavement of the collective unconscious throughout the dependence, the enslavement to a monetary system. Very basic. You feel you need to live to pay your bills. That's this slavery.
So this is just a matter of time for this to come to an end.
Yes.
Can you tell me, do you think or do you know that situation in Ukraine is going to speed up that old system to be gone?
Oh, it will act in the favor of positive. Yes, of course. Okay. Of course. Yeah, I believe that.
So, Elena, now I want to end this conversation with something that I read, and I don't remember if it was on your community page or on your website, but this was the end of the message you put, and I love this message. And you said, I am truth, in truth I stand, in truth I speak, in truth I serve. And this is the essence of your work.
Yes, this is
grateful for this very beautiful message.
This is the oath I made to myself and to the higher beings of this world and the universe when I became a druid. I was initiated in white magic, and this is the oath I made, that all my actions comes from the heart and from a place of compassion and wisdom. And that's the oath I made. And after I made this oath, I became a druid officially. And after that, my great awakening started. I was ready to embrace the job, not before. You need to let the ego at the door. And yes, I wrote an article on my website to talk about that. When you embrace the path of white magic, the magic of the world, you need to let the ego at the door. And as I wrote it in this article, you leave, before entering the woods of apprenticeship, you need to leave behind the cloth of vanity, the jewels of slavery, and the crown of ego, and you enter naked into the woods of initiation. And at the end, the other side, it's yourself standing in your own power, and you're ready.
This is incredible. You literally took me to middle age, and I saw my past life now. This is so beautiful, Elena. So beautiful. Can you tell us, before I let you go, because I really wanted to bring this up, this incredible stone that you're wearing. Can you show us this stone and tell us what is this?
This is an Andara crystal. Let me see it.
Is this because I remember you had this blue stone before. I think it was from Torhan, from one of the ships, right?
Yes, yes, I don't wear it today. Yes, I have. It looks like this. It's not the same material.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It looks the same color, but it's the same, not the same material.
What
Yes.
this one do? What this one do to you? Is this like protection or what kind of
Well, and there are
service?
crystals when they are genuine, not pieces of glass, you know, because there's a lot of scam with that. People selling glass. So I tested this one, and it's real piece of crystal that's cut. This increases your light. This increases your light. It focuses your light, and it just radiates it more powerfully. And whatever you put intention, you put into this kind of crystal, it magnifies your intention. So it's like amplifiers, I'd say.
Beautiful, beautiful. Elena, any last final words in this current situation, especially on the east part of Europe?
Yes. Don't fall for whatever the TV tells you. It's the contrary. That's first. Be aware that you are seeing only the tip of the iceberg. You are letting known only the tip of the iceberg. What is underneath, you have no clue. So don't let your emotion be triggered by what you see, which on mainstream medias, which are mostly manipulated images. It has always been. When now you look backwards for the Gulf War or other things, it is known that the information was tricked and the visuals were taken from movies or other places. Think about that. It hasn't changed. So stop getting emotionally involved with anything you are told by mainstream media. What you need to do, you need to refocus on what you need to do. Okay? Standing against abuse and standing in your power, not consenting to anything you feel is not right. Do that first, and that's the first step.
Thank you so much for being with me today. I always so appreciate this. Everyone who is seeing Elena for the first time, please check her YouTube channel. The links will be down below. She's an author of 5 books. 2 of those books is A Gift from the Stars and We Will Never Let You Down. On her website, you can also find the links to purchase those books. And thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate this. And yeah, until next time.
Until next time, more fun to come.